standing in the center of Shibuya, Halloween night. The screaming stopped 3 minutes ago, not because people escaped, but because there's no one left to scream. Curses flood the streets like a tide of black ink and hunger. Hundreds of them, maybe 1,000. You take off your blindfold. The world sharpens. Every curse, every trajectory, every microscopic weakness in their malformed bodies. You see it all, not because you try, but because you can't stop seeing. You've never been able to stop, and then you move. Not fast, instantaneous. Reality bends around you because reality has no choice. You are the exception to every rule, the flaw in every equation, the thing that should not exist, but does. Bodies evaporate, the air cracks. Reality bends around you because reality has no choice. 30 seconds, maybe less. They're all gone. And you're standing in the silence again. The familiar silence, the one that follows you everywhere, into battle, into classrooms, into sleep. You're surrounded by destruction, by the echoes of power so absolute it rewrites physics. And you feel nothing, not relief, not satisfaction, not even boredom anymore, just the quiet. The unbearable, permanent quiet of being the only one who could survive this. The only one who always survives. But you weren't always here. It started before you understood what you were, before you understood the cost. You are 6 years old. You don't know it yet, but you've just been born into a war. The Gojo clan has waited generations for you. For those eyes, the 6 eyes, infinity made flesh. The compound smells like incense and old wood and expectation. They don't hold you like a child. They hold you like a weapon they've been waiting to unsheath. Elders study you, whisper about you, place their hopes on your shoulders before you're old enough to spell your own name. An assassin comes when you're barely tall enough to reach the door handle. You wake to the sound of footsteps that don't belong. You should scream. You should cry. You don't. You simply see the flaw in his stance, the hesitation in his cursed energy, the 17 ways this ends. You choose the fastest one. He dies. You go back to sleep. In the morning, they don't comfort you. They congratulate the clan. The weapon works. What you gain? Survival. The beginning of power you don't yet comprehend. What you lose? Something you won't notice until much later. The possibility that you were ever just a boy. They don't ask if you're okay. You learn not to expect them to. You are 15. Jujutsu High smells like sweat and chalk and something underneath, something electric, cursed energy humming through the walls. This is supposed to be where you learn, where you're shaped, but the teachers look at you the way everyone looks at you, not like a student, like a problem they're grateful is on their side. You're already faster than them, stronger. You master techniques in hours that take others years. Infinity answers to you like it was waiting, like it was yours before you were born. You should feel proud. Instead, you feel the first flicker of something you won't name for years. Loneliness. But then, there's him. Suguru Geto. He keeps pace. Not always. Not in raw power, but in understanding, in ambition, in the way he laughs at the same absurdities of the jujutsu world. For the first time, you have an equal. Not in power, you know you're above him there, but in something else. Something that matters more than you realized. You gain a better best friend. Someone who sees past the eyes, past the title. Someone who calls you an idiot and means it with love. You lose the armor of not caring. Geto gets through. And you let him. You don't know it yet. But this is the most dangerous thing you'll ever do. You are 17. The mission was supposed to be simple. Protect the star plasma vessel. Deliver her to Master Tengen. Her name is Riko Amanai. She's young, bright, annoying in the way that makes you almost smile. She doesn't want to die. She doesn't want to merge with Tengen and lose herself forever. You start to wonder, quietly, dangerously, whether she should have to. And then Toji Fushiguro happens, the man with no cursed energy, the man the 6 eyes can't see coming. He kills you, not metaphorically, actually kills you, blade through your throat, blood on ancient stone, the world going dark for the first time in your life. And then you come back, reverse cursed technique. Your body remembers how to heal itself, because dying isn't allowed. Not for you. The universe won't permit it. You kill Toji. You do it perfectly. Absolutely. But Riko is already dead. You were too late, too arrogant, too sure that being the strongest meant being enough. The cult members applaud her corpse. They clap for her death like it's a celebration. You want to kill them all. Geto stops you, asks you the question you've never considered. Are they worth protecting? Any of them? You don't answer. You should have. You are 23. 6 years since Riko. 6 years since the question you never answered. Geto answered it differently. He's standing in front of you now, a village of blood behind him, over 100 bodies, non-sorcerers, all of them, women, children, people who couldn't even see the curses that haunted them. He killed them all, and he's calm. I want to create a world of only Jujutsu sorcerers, he says. The monkeys have to go. You want to laugh. You want to scream. You want to grab him by the shoulders and shake until the friend you knew falls back out. But the 6 eyes don't lie. They show you what's in front of you. This is him now. This is who he became. While you weren't watching, while you were too busy being the strongest to notice the only person who mattered was breaking. He asks you to come with him. You can't. He asks you to kill him. You can't. Not yet. He walks away. You let him. Stories like this, one don't get told in the Jujutsu world. They get buried, classified, forgotten by everyone except the people who lived them. You'll see him one more time, years later, bleeding out in the snow. You're my best friend. You'll tell him, my one and only. Then you'll kill him, and you'll keep smiling for the next decade, because if you stop, even once, you'll feel what's underneath. And you don't know if you'll survive that. You are 27. You teach now. First years at Jujutsu High. There's Megumi, Toji's son, carrying his father's potential and none of his cruelty. You've been watching over him for years, waiting for him to become what he could be. There's Nobara, fierce and loud and beautifully certain of herself. And there's Yuji, the kid who ate Sukuna's finger and became a death row inmate before he turned 16. They're chaotic, underprepared, stupidly brave. You love them, not that you say it, not that you show it in any way that counts. You ruffle hair, you make jokes, you buy them dinner and mock their technique, and keep everyone at exactly arm's length. Because you remember what happens when you let someone in. What you gain: purpose, a reason to believe the next generation might fix what yours couldn't. Students who see you as Gojo Sensei, not as a weapon. What you lose: nothing yet, but you know it's coming. You've always known. You train them anyway. Prepare them for a world that will try to break them the way it broke Geto, the way it almost broke you. You can't be there forever. You know that. You just hope, in the part of yourself you never show anyone, that it's enough, that you're enough. You are 28. Shibuya again. You've cleared the curses, saved who you could, done what only you can do. And then the trap closes. Prison realm. A box the size of a human heart, designed to hold anything, even you, even infinity. Geto's body stands in front of you, but it's not Geto. Someone else wears his face now, uses his voice, speaks with his mouth. You hesitate. 1 second. Maybe less. It's enough. The realm activates. Your mind freezes on the only memory strong enough to hold you in place. Geto, the real one. The friend you lost. The wound that never closed. You fall. Inside the prison realm, there is nothing. No time, no space, no one to fight, no one to protect. Just you, alone with infinity, alone with silence, alone with every choice you've made and every person you've lost. You don't age in here. You don't sleep. You don't die. You just exist. The strongest sorcerer in history, sealed in a box, unable to save anyone. This is what they were always afraid of. Not your power, but what happens when it's not there. The Jujutsu world crumbles without you. Students you love walk into battles they shouldn't survive, and you can't do anything. Nothing. You were born the strongest. They told you that before you could understand what it meant. They put it on your shoulders like a crown and a chain at the same time. You grew up untouchable, literally. Infinity keeps everything out. Fists, blades, curses, people too. You lost your best friend to despair you didn't see coming. You lost students to battles you couldn't fight for them. You lost years inside a prison that exists outside of time. And through all of it, you smiled. Because what else could you do? Cry? Break? Become like Geto? So crushed by the weight that you turn against everything you fought for? No. You smiled. You joked. You acted like none of it touched you. But infinity doesn't work on loneliness. It doesn't work on grief. It doesn't keep out the silence that follows you into every room, every fight, every sleepless night. You wanted to change the jujutsu world. Break the cycle of old men sacrificing children for tradition. Give your students something better than what you had. Maybe you did. Maybe. But standing at the top of everything, above every curse, every sorcerer, every threat the world can produce, you finally understand the truth. No one can reach you. Not because of infinity, because of everything you are. The strongest, the untouchable, the one who can't be hurt and can't be helped. You saved everyone, and no one could save you. The question isn't whether you could handle his power. The question is, could you handle his loneliness?